We are live, 5:42 p.m. Got anybody joining us out there today? We are telling your followers that you started a live video. Are we live? Kids take over, join. Hey. All right. So hey guys, how's everybody doing today? It is a glorious Tuesday in Texas. Hope you're having an awesome day and hope everybody is doing well. This is our second Pureline live video that we've done, and we're actually going to be coming and doing a bit of these. And I just want to give you a little bit of information that maybe, hopefully, you'll find relevant, useful, and maybe you'll use. A couple of things, I wanted to talk about today. Number one, a lot of us are getting back into the gym. I know I pretty much stay consistent all year and try to get in the gym as much as possible, at least 3-4 days a week. But it gets a little bit difficult. So every time around January, I tend to get back into the gym. And like I talked about yesterday, I get everything back in gear, my training, my nutrition, and all that stuff. I try to do what I can to make sure everything is on point. And I also find myself just engrossing myself in a lot of research and reading and seeing, trying to find information that I think can help me get to my goal the fastest. Now, I'm 43, so I'm getting a little older, and my training philosophy has changed a bit over the years. I used to be just go out all out intense as possible, build as much muscle as possible, lift heavy weights, go crazy, do all that stuff. And I can't do it as much anymore. I still go pretty heavy, but I'm getting older, so I just kind of watch the joints and stuff. Don't want to, kill myself. But one of the things I was thinking today, and I was at the gym and I thought about this, and reading about actually a lot lately is rep tempo. There's a guy I like to study, and if you guys have a chance, I heavily recommend that you kind of check out his work. In fact, he passed away, I think, just a few, but Charles Poliquin, and he was a strength training and a master exercise physiologist. And he had a whole theory about how to elicit a response from your body and change your body based on changing your rep tempo. And what he would do is at the beginning of the workout, let's say you're working chest, for example, or legs or whatever it is, your rep tempos for the first 3 sets would be different from the rep tempo of the last 3 sets. So, or I should say the first 3 exercises would be different from the rep tempo of the last 3 exercises. So for example, let me just kind of give you an idea. The way he broke up rep tempo was by 4-0-2 or 3-0-2. And essentially what that meant is 4 seconds down or eccentric motion, 0 seconds at the pause, and then 2 seconds going up, or the explosive part of the movement. So his whole theory was that, of course, time under tension creates the most muscular trauma and creates the most muscular growth, etc. But basically just to switch it up throughout the complete workout. So let's say you were doing legs, for lack of a better example, and you did squats. You would do 3 seconds on the way down, 1 second pause, 2 seconds on the way up. And you would do that for all 4 sets. And then let's say you go over to leg extension. Same concept, 3 seconds on the way down, 0 at the bottom, and then 2 seconds explode up, something like that. And then it would be completely different for the last 2 exercises. Let's say it'd be hack squat. Maybe you'd only go down at a 1 second or 2 seconds. You would pause and then explode back up. So your pause would be about 2 seconds. So essentially the whole idea was just kind of changing rep tempo speeds throughout your entire workout. So you're never doing the same speed for the muscle. You're always creating constant tension, always creating differences in leverage and speed and momentum, which is going to obviously influence muscle growth and get you a little bit to go to failure and get you a little bit more stimulated better so you can grow. So, I've been really messing with that a lot lately over the last few days, and I really found that, even checking my midpoint wherever I'm contracting a muscle, stopping and giving it about a second, and then letting things go down for about 2 seconds. It's an amazing difference in what you would normally feel if you just go to the gym and just lift weights for the sake of, really lifting. Give it a try. The next time you're in the gym, whatever you're doing, arms, chest, back, whatever, really work on slowing things down on the lowering portion, pausing for maybe a second, and then exploding up, and then change that whole scheme up again as you get to your last 2 exercises. And you'll find that you'll create a lot more tension on the muscle and a lot more growth that way if that's your goal. And if you guys want tips like this and you want information that will help you out, what I highly recommend you do is go by one of our stores. If you're lucky enough to live in one of the cities in Texas where we have a Pureline Nutrition, go by, talk to one of our guys there, get an analysis, figure out where you are in terms of where your body is at. I find it amazing that now we have machines that you can get on, and you know what, these are available probably at all stores and a lot of gyms now. And by all means, if you go to another store, great, no problem, just get that analysis, because I mean, it's kind of like a report card. It tells you what's going on. It tells you, what, you've gained 6 pounds of muscle, you've lost 3 pounds of fat, and you've increased your water retention or dropped water or whatever. But it shows you what's happening every 2 weeks, and that gives you a really good solid plan to fall back on or to design from. And man, back 10, 15, even 20 years ago, we kind of just went by the mirror. We didn't know what was happening. We basically just said, hey, you know what, I feel like I'm growing, I feel like I'm losing body fat. The mirror seems to be telling me that. And now you've got so much technology that can actually give you the raw data. So if you have a chance, go by one of our stores or go by a store that has an in-body analysis, get that in-body done, put it on your refrigerator and look at it and be like, you know what, I am losing fat, I am building muscle, I'm changing my body every 2 weeks, and give yourself the opportunity to see where you're actually going. It makes a huge difference in helping you create the right plan. And then, if you need some information on supplements and training and anything like that, talk to one of our guys there. They'd definitely be able to help you out. One of the things that I know that helps me tremendously at this time of the year when I'm starting to really get back into a heavy cycle of training is creatine, glutamine, and protein. Those are the 3 fundamental supplements that I'm going to use no matter what every day. And they're the ones that actually do produce a good result for me. I actually can tell that when I do take a good creatine, like a creatine monohydrate or something like our Creaload product, I put on lean muscle tissue, I fill out. And when I take something like our Glutagen X, which is a glutamine-based product, but with sustamine in it, my recovery levels are a lot better. And my whole idea behind that is actually 10 grams of glutamine with 10 grams of creatine pre-workout, and then another 10 grams of glutamine and 10 grams of creatine post-workout, of course, with like whey isolate and water or something like that. It doesn't have to be very complicated. People make supplements and this whole world super, super complicated. Guys, the same things have been working for the last 15 years, and the same things will probably work for the next 15 years. Every once in a while, there's some new fundamental concepts that come up and some ideas, but it's funny, everything kind of goes in a big circle and comes back around to the basics. So, that's today's takeaway. Look at your rep speed, look at your rep tempo, because I know that's something I'm looking at, and I'm really controlling repetitions and really trying to figure out my feel and really work the muscle from different angles without trying to go super, super heavy. And the other thing is, look at that pre and post workout supplementation. I think that'll help you out too. Again, if you live near Pureline, go check us out, go to one of our stores. If not, visit us online at thepureline.com, but definitely get that in-body done. It'll give you a lot of good information that will help you kind of detail out your plan for 2019. Guys, hope you had a great day. We'll be coming to you live. If there's any information you want to know about, or hey, I got a little comment here. Your vegan protein is second to none. Hey, we like. I'm glad you like that. That was a tough product because vegan protein by nature has a bit of a grainy taste. But that particular one, when we blended it, we went through about 3 or 4 beta samples to give you the right one. And man, that one that we came out with, that chocolate and vanilla, is really good for a vegan-based product. It's got the quinoa, the brown rice protein in it, the pea protein isolate. Very, very good. So if anybody hasn't, tried that one, definitely try it out. It's good. Anybody else have any questions? Protein cookie girl, huh? Thanks at Hades 3861. Scroll up. I'm doing this for the first time, guys. What creatine do I recommend for women? I would probably use our creatinine product. Creatinine and creatine monohydrate are both fairly equal in what they'll deliver to a man. But the main difference in those two is that creatine monohydrate causes a little bit more intracellular water retention. So you're actually going to think of your muscle tissue as like a balloon. It actually increases the size of the muscle, pushing against the skin. And what a lot of people think is, oh, I'm going to get watery. That's not really true. What's actually going to happen is it's going to press against the skin, make you look tighter. And that's what you want. You want more curves. You want to look better. You want to look leaner and harder from an outside perspective. So creatine monohydrate will do that, and it's going to give you a lot more leverage if you're a guy to lift heavier weights for a longer period of time. Also, it's going to increase ATP production and give you a little more energy throughout your workouts. Creatinine is a pH buffered creatine. Now, it's very similar in its effect, but it has a little less water retention in the muscle. So people who take that usually do so with the understanding that it's not going to get them as thick or as full or make them look as round as creatine monohydrate would. So that's kind of why females tend to use that consistently, and they seem to like it. Anybody else have any questions out there? Again, this is the first time we've done this. So yes, we do have the creatinine for women. Been loving Transport BDS. I've been getting really good pumps and workouts at the gym. Yeah, that's a great product, man. The Transport is really cool. That's our glucose disposal agent. A lot of people had requested something that they could take before their carbohydrate-dense meals to help them absorb carbs better in the muscle. And essentially, that's what Transport GDA does. It drives carbohydrates into the muscle, makes your muscle tissue a little bit more responsive and receptive to carbohydrates, so you get the most from them. I like to use it one way in particular. I'll use 3 capsules right after I finish my weight workout. And what that actually does, my goal post-workout is to drive as much glycogen and creatine and glutamine and nutrients into the muscle so that I can really increase the hyper expansion of the muscle and get as much fluid and nutrients in there to help promote recovery and growth. And the Transport GDA really drives carbs in there. So that's really a cool product that you can utilize for that. So I'm glad you're enjoying that. Also, if you're a woman who tends to eat or once in a while has a heavy carbohydrate dense meal, you can always add that Transport in to help mitigate some of the effects of those carbohydrates, so you're not storing those as body fat, and instead you're using them as fuel to help optimize your physique and your energy levels. Cool. Anybody else? Best time to utilize Pure Essentials. Pure Essentials, that's our essential facet. And basically it's a really good blend of omegas that I tend to use 2 or 3 times a day. You can never really go wrong with fish oil. I mean, fish oil is so imperative for brain health, just for inflammation and keeping inflammation at bay. If you don't tend to eat a lot of natural and healthy fats throughout the day, whether it's avocado, peanut butter, or fish itself, the Pure Essentials are a great way to substitute that essential fat that you need. So I would take 2 capsules or 2 soft gels, maybe 2 to 3 times a day with food, because a lot of times when you take that particular fish oil without food, you're going to kind of get a little bit of indigestion. So make sure you take it with food. Same thing goes with your vitamins or vitamin packs. Make sure that you're taking that with food so that you get the best effect from that and that you digest it and absorb it very well. Let's see. Have any products that signal in for TOR while lowering myostatin? The only thing that I really see that is effective for lowering, there's a question about myostatin, anything to really bring down myostatin levels. And, really, to be completely honest with you, there is some science that says our product called MyoDraw, which has the, gosh, I'm losing my train of thought here. What's that? The epicatechin. That's right, the epicatechin in it. I think I would know this stuff. But the epicatechin actually releases FSH, or follicle stimulating hormone, which is shown to help maybe buffer the effects of myostatin. And myostatin is obviously that one, mechanism in the body which prevents people from getting as big or putting on as much muscle tissue as they would like to, especially males. Y'all have all seen the Belgian blue bulls and the cows and stuff that don't have this gene. In fact, a lot of bodybuilders who have been able to grow at exponential size have done so because they don't have the myostatin gene, or very low quantities of it. MyoDraw, or the epicatechin, has been shown to somewhat buffer that a little bit and help surpass that or get you around that. Not as effective as, obviously some of the newer DNA that's research is showing stuff to be out there, but there's some real cutting edge stuff that's coming out in the next few years that will probably do that. But to be honest, right now, you're probably better off just looking at something that helps you synthesize protein better and helps you grow a little bit better. Cool. Have any problem? Let's see what else we got. Anything else? All right. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed this quick little live feed here from Pureline Nutrition. If you guys have any other questions, send us your way, and we will talk to you soon. We're going to try to come at you at least once every other day or so and drop some good content for you. Hope you guys are having an awesome January. Train hard. Again, if you live near Pureline, go check us out. If not, stop at our website, pureline.com. Talk to you guys later. Hope you had a good, awesome day, and we're going to end this now. Take care, guys. Share.